Hi, how's it going? I'm Tina Fabulic. I am the owner of Paddle Out. I am making this video to explain to you what it is for the IFW Poker Play Grant. I'm here at my building. Looks unfinished, because it is. I've been working on this building for 2 years, and I just showed up after waiting 6 weeks for my gas line. They cashed my check 6 weeks ago, and they put it in the wrong spot. Lovely. So that's something I'm gonna have to deal with. But anyway, here we are, Paddle Out. This is going to be a bar and lounge that I created in my mind and now in real life. This building was built in 1975. It was originally built to be an accounting firm, and that's all it really ever was until I purchased it. So needless to say, it has amazing bones. I'm going to try and show it to you. I don't know if I can turn this thing around. I kind of don't think I can, so we'll just try and make it work. But Paddle Out is going to be a Hawaiian Vibes lounge and bar and light nosh food, soup salad sandwich. I'm introducing a lot more gluten-free food to our community, which we don't really have, more vegan options, more vegetarian options. And the reason why I chose to do it in this building was because originally I was going to do a food truck. But in Crested Butte and in Gunnison, it's a little bit harder to get a food truck permit. They are very limited on that. There's like 7 that they give out a year. And I didn't like that. So I kind of went down the road of like, let's just see what's out there. And I found this building, and it had just beautiful bones to it. And as someone who is the daughter of an interior designer and a builder, and who is capable of doing all those things, I thought, you know what? Let's roll the dice. So, purchased the building and started demoing it in August of 2023. Unfortunately, I did have a 10-month snafu with the first plumber that I hired. But immediately, once I realized that that was not going to work out with him, which honestly, 10 months was a little too long. I should have fired him sooner, but I had faith. And got the new people in, and everything's done and inspected and going well with that now. And so it seems like there's a lot of work behind me, but in theory, look at those. Those are custom from 1975. Am I keeping them? You bet your butt I am, but I'm gonna make them a little bit more modern looking. But yeah, you can see this building has a significant amount of room, which is why I wanted it. I've removed 18 walls. I went from 2 toilets to 5 and a urinal, including a handicap bathroom, and created a private space upstairs that will be rented out as an office for another company that wants to be here. This is in a pretty cool area of town. There are only maybe a handful of restaurants here, and there are only a handful of bars. Out of the entire county, I am the 8th tavern liquor license, and there are only 45 liquor licenses in the entire county. So needless to say, my building inspector and everyone else that has been a part of this has been so amazing and so just willing to help, and there's been no red tape, and everybody's like, yay, we can't wait for this to open. The paper even called me and did a write-up in the newspaper, which I thought was a little too early, but they were like, no, we'll be there for your grand opening. So I've tried to reuse a lot of the studs that I pulled out. I've tried to upcycle as much as I can. I'm still continuing to do that as I move into the furnishings and things like that. I have like 18 doors that I pulled out, so I'm going to try and reuse all those as my cocktail tables. But you can see this whole section is all my structural that I re-added in. And it just has such amazing vibes in here, and the community is really excited, and I'm really excited. And I've already put not just a massive amount of monetary value into this property, but I've swung every sledgehammer, removed every bucket of crap out of here. I've thrown away over 25,000 pounds of trash, hence why I was trying to upcycle as much as I possibly could, because the less that goes to the dump, the better for our entire environment. But yeah, it is going to be great. I'm going to have basically, this is the bar, which I already started building. So the front of it's built. The back bar will be all along here. And then this is my seating area, kind of all in here. You can see there's tons and tons of windows, tons of light. This back wall here will be one big open bifold door, which is where they put my gas line directly in front of it. The door is already on its way here, so that's a problem, but that's okay, because I'm a project manager, and I got this. As someone who also loves to cook, that's partly why I wanted to bring this kind of more healthy environment here to Gunnison, Colorado. We are in the Western Slope, 28 miles roughly from Crested Butte, which is a ski resort owned by Vail. So we are in the Epic Pass. We have massive amounts of tourism that comes through here, even in Gunnison and through our airport in Gunnison. And so, yeah, at the bar, I'd like to have a lot of ready-to-drink, non-alcoholic cocktails, as well as alcoholic cocktails, full bar. I will have tiki drinks. It'll be like a Hawaiian vibes tiki vibe, but not necessarily like masks and, a thatch roof hut. Nothing like that. Just kind of more upscale vibe lounge for an adult, setting. And yeah, I have a buddy who is in Hawaii and does these amazing extracts of botanicals. So I'm going to bring those in and do non-alcoholic tonics with those. And they're great for like inflammation and brain tonics and so on and so forth. Grab and go food. All of this is really needed here. And it's a win-win, really. So for me to get this grant, it would be a massive help with me getting the rest of my refrigeration. And, throughout the 2 years, if I saw a deal, I jumped on it. So I do have a couple things that I have gotten, but I have a huge list of more. And I also have, I have to finish my floors. I have to, finish up the walls and things like that. But I do have some money still left, obviously, to continue going. But it would be a massive help. And I'm not someone who is really easily jumping at the idea of helping, or asking for help, especially when it comes to money. I've been on my own since I was 18 years old. I have worked my butt from, working in the service industry to deciding to go to hair school. I was already in the movie industry, and through that, I, went and got my cosmetology license. And then from there, I was like, I'm going to learn everything I possibly can, and I'm going to become union. And I created my whole career. I mean, it's the reason why I was able to purchase this building is because I have been doing hair in the film industry for over 20 years with big celebrities and all that. So I might not have like a big following, but I know a lot of people. And I've lived in New York City. I've lived in Virginia. I've lived in New Jersey. I've lived in Colorado. This is my second time now living here in the same spot in Colorado. I came to college here originally in the 90s and then came back and knew that this was still a place that just needed a really good investor and a good vibe. And I see the vision, and I think a lot of other people are in suit with me as well. And I'm just really excited to do that. And being someone who has, been in the film industry for so long, I know a lot of people, so I want to bring through like podcasts and some celebrities that I know do stand up and whatever that will come through and kind of support throughout the next couple years, hopefully. And, being able to manage people and running a hair department and dealing with directors and writers and producers and actors and all the things. And then also dealing with union rules and all the people that are working under me and all that kind of stuff has formed my ability to manage very well, and also manage with love and light, and not just like, oh, I'm older than you, or I've done this and whatever, and you need to listen to me. That's not how things roll. And I think that when you lead forward with a good foot and with a good attitude, and you feel the vibes and the energy, and you manifest, it all can come to fruition, and it all can be great and amazing. And that's the way I've led with my whole life, really. And I mean, being able to see this place get to where it is now, which to you, it looks like a mess. But really, in theory, this place was not looking like this before. And I'm so proud of all the work that I've done. My 80-year-old father has come out and helped me with a lot of it, and he's still going to continue until the doors open. He's an amazing person. I come from a great family that taught me about leadership, and also taught me about just going with your intuition and feeling what you think is right and what you think will work. And luckily they've never questioned me, and I've been very successful. So even though my background is in hair and in film, I before that was in the service industry, and since then I've been working in the service industry back into it, just to get my kind of knuckles wet, I guess you could say, and get that elbow grease back in, and being around people, and also being in an environment where I could talk about what's happening. So Paddle Out really is already soaring before it's even open, which is crazy. But luckily this is such a community-based area, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to build a space where people could come here on Sundays and bring their own chair, and I'll project a movie, and we can all sit out in the parking lot and have cocktails, and not me because I don't drink, but everyone else can, and have a yummy sandwich. And maybe, first Friday of every month, I'm going to invite all the food trucks in town. They can come park in the parking lot and be a part of the community as well. And it's not just about me making money. That's not it. It's about building a space where people can come together. Really, that's it. And everyone here loves to do things in the water. We all like to kayak or surf, or paddle, or river raft, or stand-up paddleboard, like all the things, anything water. If it's not frozen and we're skiing down it, we're probably on it in the summer. So that's where Paddle Out kind of came from. The name is because I was like, everything comes with even when you're surfing, you're paddling out to get to the waves. So being someone who loves Hawaii, I was like, this is perfect. Everyone here leaves at some point and goes on vacation. We always go to hot places. So I was like, why not build an environment where people want to come all the time in the winter and have ski aprez and have their employee meetings here and have, dance night and ladies night and whatever, all the things, bring through all the comedians that I know that I've worked with, and have them, do maybe annual comedy night. So yeah, this is it. And I'm really proud of it. Again, I know it looks a little cray-cray, but it is, if you saw the picture before, I'm lots of pictures before. I took out 18 walls, okay? But yeah, I was making this video this morning. It was thundering, and I thought, you know what? I think I need to go make this in the building. That's right. That's what we're going to do. So thank you for watching. I know this is pretty long, but I am a long-winded person, but it's never steered me in the wrong direction. So thank you again. I really do hope that you consider me for this. This would be a massive, 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 massive push for me to get open sooner. Again, I already have my liquor license, and I've already talked with the health department. So we're on our way there. And I would love for you guys to be a part of it too. It would mean the world to me. So thank you again, and goodbye.